Hey guys, welcome back to a new video tutorial. Now, it's finally that video that I said I was going to make. I've already done the normal version of this video, but now we're going to be doing the Android version, which is a remote administration tool on Android. And before we begin, let's start with a little disclaimer. So, this program or piece of software, like the other one, is only to be used to monitor people that you have strict permission from. So if you are a parent looking after your child, then this program is ideal because it will let you make sure that they are safe with whatever they're doing, and you can track them and things like that, and it will stay completely safe. So this cannot be used for any kind of black hat activities, and I won't go into any of them, but this video can't be used for any of that. This is simply how to set up the DroidJack application to monitor your child's phone, and you can make sure they're staying safe and all that stuff, and also restrict them from doing certain things on the phone. So let's get started and I'll explain DroidJack. So DroidJack is a remote administration tool for Android, and it's so you have your program here, your main actual program, and then you can monitor Android phones, and it will give you all kinds of details like the phone numbers, the countries, the models, the manufacturers, the version numbers, and things like that. And it gives you just about as many features as the normal remote administration tool would give you. So DroidJack is paid for. It does cost some money. It costs $210 for the lifetime package, although you might be able to sort something out with the developer whose name is here, but I spoke to the developer and we made a deal, and hopefully this video will appear on his website teaching you people who buy it and use this tool how to set it up. So that's the idea and intention of this video, so I can show you guys how remote administration tools work on Android, and it will also let his customers basically know how to set up the product that they just bought. So that's how what DroidJack is. You've got all these different features here, like the inbuilt APK binder, which I spoke about in my explained video, and you can bind your server APK with any other game or application. You've got your file voyager here, which allows you to basically browse through the files on the device. You've got the SMS tracker, which allows you to browse through the SMS messages on the device. The call manager, exactly the same, and you can listen to call conversations that are made on the device, retrieve phone logs and things like that. Browse through the contacts. You can use the microphone on the phone to listen live from what is going on around you. You've got the browser history, you've got the GPS locator, and you've got the message toaster, which will flash a message on the device. That's very cool. You've got the app manager, so you can open apps on the device, you can uninstall apps, and you can get the apps that's running in the foreground. You've got detailed information such as the IME number, the Wi-Fi MAC address, the cell phone carrier, and check whether the device is rooted or not, and a couple more different applications. Now this is kind of similar to how to set up a normal remote administration tool, but I'm still going to show you anyway. So we'll just close that for now, and we'll drag across DroidJack. So DroidJack is written in, or rather programmed in Java, and it uses a Java executable jar file to use it. So we'll just open it up, and it checks to see your hardware ID, I'm guessing, so you do need an account, which I have, so I'll just log in here. And this is what the interface looks like for DroidJack. But before we do that, we need to set up our DNS. So our DNS is basically what will allow us to, because if you don't know how these work, this remote tools use reverse TCP more or less. So instead of them having to port forward, the other person that needs to port forward is you, and that is how I'm going to do this. So instead of using our IP address, you can see here we'd normally type in our IP address here, but we're actually going to use our dynamic DNS, and we're going to be using no IP for this. So we'll just head on over to no-IP. And we're going to go into no IP here, and basically what this will do is keeps your hostname synced up to your IP address. So if your IP address changes, it won't matter because your hostname will always equal your current IP address. But if we use that IP address in this section here, like I have, that IP address might change and you'll lose all your contacts, or rather all your the people that you are monitoring, so loved ones and things like that. So if your IP address accidentally changes, then bye bye to all of them. So you need to sign into your account or create an account. It's free, so I'm just going to sign in here. I think that's probably what my user ID is. Worth a shot anyway. I've got so many accounts with these guys. I'll obviously be blanking out my IP address, hopefully, and we're going to go over to manage hosts. And you can see here I already have created a host, but I'll just remove it for the sake of this video. And then you're going to need to add a host. So yours will look like this, and you're going to click on the orange button that says add a host, and you're going to type in your host name. So I'm just going to type in droidjack.ddns.net. The DNS host A is going to be selected. Your IP address will be in this box here. You don't need to worry about anything else here. Just press add host. And that already exists, so we'll just select, let's see, we'll just go back to zapter.org and we'll add that host. So we've got our host name here, and now what you need to do is download the client. So we're going to click on download client, and this is the DUC, which is the dynamic DNS update client. You just want to download that. It's very small, not very big at all. It's 236 kilobytes even, and we're on version 4.1.1. So once you've downloaded that, just install it and you're all good to go. And then we're going to open it up, so DUC, and it will sync up automatically. So you'll need to log in, so you've got you'll click on the edit button here and log in there, and it'll log you in, and then you edit your hosts, so you'll select your host name and press save, and that will make sure that everything is updated, and you can just minimize that, we don't need that anymore. Okay, let's generate our APK file. So you need to give your name, this is the application name that will be used to name the application, obviously. So this is what it'll appear with, this is what it will look like in the launcher. So we'll just call this, let's call it Google Chrome. The file name is whatever it's going to be .apk, so I'm just going to put Chrome. The dynamic DNS is going to be your DNS name, so mine is DroidJack, so droidjack.zapter.org, and then your port number needs to be something greater than 1024, so I just use 1337 just for neatness. And then if you're going to bind it to another APK, you will browse it and select the APK file from there, but I'm not going to for this video, just because I don't have an application to my hands right now. And you can use custom icons as well and choose your icons there. So I could use a Chrome icon, for example, and the dimensions have to be 96 by 96, and you can use a custom application there, custom icon even, to give it more authenticity. You also have stealth mode here, which hides the app from the launcher and also removes it from the process tab, which might not work on some Androids. We're not going to use that, but you can use it if you want. And if you're interested in the phone I'm going to be using a HTC One M8 with running CyanogenMod 12, I think what version we're on right now. And you also have some advanced options here, so you can remove certain features, such as the file voyagers, SMS tracker, call manager, contacts browser, remote eyes, remote ears, and GPS pinpointer, and also encrypt it if you like. We will encrypt that. So if you basically are monitoring your child, but you don't want to go through the texts, or you don't want to see through their camera or their microphone, you just want to simply be able to track them, then you can tick all of these, and you'll only have the GPS pinpointer, which is kind of nice, because then your child will trust you, that you're not trying to just spy on them, that you just simply want to know where they are at all times. And then once you've filled out all these settings, we're going to hit generate, and I just need to uncheck that. So generate, and that will drop the file into the same folder where DroidJack is. So it's called chrome.apk. Now what we need to do is what everyone really despises for some strange reason, which is port forwarding. So you're going to hit Windows key and run, and you're going to type in cmd and type in ipconfig. And this is the point where everyone says you forgot to blur out your IP address. Yeah, this is a local IP address, and if I had $1 for every time someone told me that I forgot to blur out this IP address here, I could live in a rather big house and drive a nice car. So yeah, you've got your local IPv4 address here, but you want your default gateway. So mine is 10.0.0.1 because I've upgraded to Virgin Media Business. So 10.0.0.1, which will bring you to your router, and you're going to need to log in with your details, whatever they may be. You can tell what mine is. And you're going to click on advanced settings and basically navigate to your port forwarding section. So this is different for every router. Please don't ask me, because I won't be able to provide you with an answer, because I don't own every router in the world. Unless you have a D-Link or a Superhub, then I could help you out. So you're going to fill out the information here. So I've already done it down here, but for the purposes of this video, I will just delete these and show you what to do. So you need to port forward 2 numbers. So the first one we'll do is the 1334. So that will allow DroidJack to work. I didn't read the README file, if I'm honest, so I don't know what this port does, but that is a port number that you need to port forward, as well as your other port. It's very important that you do, and you need to put in your IP address, your local IP address for the machine that DroidJack is running on, so 105. and just make sure your start port and end port is 1334, and you've given it a name, and it's TCP and UDP, and press add rule. And then we'll add another one, which is going to be DroidJack 1, and then you need to add the port number that you set in the APK file, so that's 1337. And to the same IP address, I'm going to click add rule and then press apply, which will enable them to do it. So we're all ready to go now. We've got our APK file, we've port forwarded. You can use can you see me to see if we can see each other on the port. So if I do 1337, you can see it will say success, hopefully, maybe not. If it doesn't, you just need to know it will work. So let's see how that goes. So it says that it can't just because we're not actually listening. So let's see, reception, listening for new connections. Let's try again. There you go. So success, I can see you on that service. And then is it 1334 for the other port? Yep, so check the port. And it should be able to see us on that port as well. If it can't, it doesn't matter. It will do once we start using the program. Okay, so we'll ignore that for now. We need to get our Chrome APK file and put it onto the phone. So for me, I'm just going to use a USB because I am prepared. Plug in the phone. And we'll go down to my PC, we'll go to 1M8 and we'll open up the File Explorer again. Go to the desktop and DroidJack. And we're going to put this straight into a folder called ROMs because that's where I put all my important stuff. Okay, so we'll just put it in the SD card root. So we'll drag across to Chrome the APK file, and now we can install it. So the person does have to install the APK file, so I'm not going to show you that because I don't have the screen broadcaster enabled, but I will do towards the end of the video when I do some editing magic. So I'm just going to install the application really quickly. So this is where you need to be creative with your file names. Obviously someone will have to download this on purpose unless you get hold of their phone. So I'm going to install the Chrome APK file. I'm going to next install it, and it will pop up on, there we go. So what we have here is the phone number. It hasn't found the phone number. It does say right in the README file, but I don't have it to hand. But if you buy the program, you'll obviously know why sometimes it doesn't display a phone number. You have the model, so you can see it's an M8 and it's a HTC M8. You've got the version number, so we're on 5.1.1. We've got the IP address, the ID number of the phone, the app that it's running, and the idle time. If you right click, you get all your different settings here, so I can go into detailed info and it will bring me certain features about the phone. So you can see that I'm on the carrier EE, I'm running Android version 5.1.1, version name Lollipop MR1. Got other important stuff here, including the rooted if it's not or if it is or not. And what we'll bring up as well is the app manager. So it is quite a slow application, I'm guessing because it will get all the information and then send it to you. So using things like the SMS tracker can be quite slow, but it also, I guess, depends on the speed of the phone. And John Cena's Sexy High School Adventure, best game ever. You should definitely get that. It is absolutely hilarious about how ridiculous it is. So yeah. So if I click on any of these apps, it will actually open it up on the phone as well. So I'm going to do some editing magic, and the phone will be in the bottom corner of this screen, so you can see exactly what's going on. Okay, so I've installed the screen recorder. I promise I didn't Google how to do it. There we go. I just wanted a name for the application, if I'm honest. Okay, so we've got the phone recording the screen right now, so we'll go back to DroidJack here. We'll open the application manager, and what we're going to do is open up, let's see, we'll open up a phone, let's see, I need something that's not going to be too revealing, the SoundHound application. So we'll just click SoundHound, and what will happen is it will open it up on the phone. So let's double click that. You can see that it starts sending, and it opens SoundCloud up on the phone. So you can see that on screen now. Awesome stuff. And you can also choose other things from the settings menu. So I'll show you if you just go home on the phone and close all that. So the application itself actually does display. So you can see, let's find the application here. But the application is going to be with Google Chrome. There we go. That's what the application looks like. And when the person actually opens it up, it's just a simple app that says button. It doesn't say anything else, it just says button. They might uninstall it, they might not. If it's stealthy, then they probably won't. Okay, so we've also got the, let's see, I want something, so the message toast I'll show you guys. So if I type in a message saying, Jack tutorials and press toast, it'll display it on the phone, and you can see there it says that. We've also got the contact browser, SMS tracker, file voyager. We'll just look at that for now because I don't want stuff to, this is my personal phone. So you can see we've actually got all our things here. So if we go to SD card here, it might take a while to learn about it because it gives you these little messages down here. So we've got SD card and SD card / music, Android, things like that. So yeah, that is how to install and set up a DroidJack. It is a really useful program, worth the money if you're going to be using it to look after your loved ones, because their safety, you can't put a price on that, of course. So thank you very much for the developer of DroidJack for providing me with a trial copy of the DroidJack software so I can give you a video about it. You've also got other things here like the about if you want to learn about the designer and the developer, and the lounge which comes with different with comments and suggestions and things like that with what's going on, and also different themes if you like that kind of thing, and also where you want the position to be of the menu. Very creative stuff. So yeah, that is the end of this video tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you again in the next one.